Welcome to Guardian Capital Market Outlook discussion for the month of May 2026. So for the agenda, we will be discussing four things. First, education thinking framework. Second, earnings. How has the earnings been for the BSE 500 companies in the previous quarter? Third, valuations and expectations. What are the valuations of BSE 500 and other indexes, and what are the expectations going forward? Fourth, sectoral view. Our first principle is that over a long period, earnings growth determines 80% of the returns. In this slide, we want you to focus on the two red circles, which indicates that over the 3 decades, price has been growing at 11% per annum CAGR, whereas earnings have been growing at 10% per annum CAGR, which means that there is a direct correlation between earnings growth and price growth. Principle 2 says that revaluation growth determines 20% of return. Say, in the last 11 years, Asian Paints have gone up by 13%, out of which 10% was due to earnings growth and the balance was due to revaluation. Revaluation means people were willing to pay 43 rupees for every 1 rupee earned by Asian Paint. But now they are willing to pay 61 rupees, which accounts as revaluation growth. In this slide, we want to highlight the importance of extra 1% of return generated. If we invest 1 crore today for 30 years and assuming a return of 11%, we would end up with 23 crores after 30 years. However, if we just generate 1% more, we would end up with 30 crores and 3% more return. We would end up with more than double of 23 crores. This is the power of compounding and signifies the importance of staying invested for a longer period of time. Moving on to the second aspect of agenda, the earnings slide. On the earnings front, we have seen that the revenue growth was slowing down in past few quarters. With the Q3 results updated, we can see that revenue growth for the quarter has been in line with the growth seen in the previous quarter across all market caps, although the PAT margins have taken a hit in the current quarter. One of the reasons for it is the implementation of new labor code where companies' employee cost in current quarter has increased quite a bit, compromising the PAT margins. Also, it indicates that the full benefits of reduction in interest rates are yet to be seen and would be coming in future quarters. Moving on to the third segment of the agenda, valuations and expectations. How the markets are currently valued and what should our expectations be going forward? Coming to the valuation side, the index has been quite volatile in the last 2 months. So at present, BSE 500 is overvalued by 11%. If we expect 10% earnings growth rate, then we end up with 6.3% of post-tax returns, which is 0.5% higher than what we get in arbitrage. So to reach the fair valuation, either earnings have to grow by 14% or the market has to correct by 11%. Similarly, all other market caps are also overvalued, seeing a huge overvaluation in mid-cap. Moving on to the final aspect of the agenda, sectoral view. Coming to the sectors, 86% of the economy is fairly valued at present, while 14% of the economy is overvalued. Talking about the revenue growth rate, 19% of the economy is growing at a faster pace than its historical growth rate, while 81% of the economy is growing at a slower pace. Major moments during the month has been banking and finance sector. The result season was there. Some of the banks posted huge growth rates. The loan book growth rate was around 14% for the whole year, which created a bit volatility in the banking space. And also the oil and gas sector has also been volatile during the past month, because the recent US-Iran conflict has been showing a mixed sort of reactions. Investments in the security markets are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.